That Don't Sound Right is a podcast about talking the way we did before the internet, when you could not prove anyone right or wrong.
All the expertise was contained in the people involved with the conversation. I'm Peter.
I'm Cecil, and I hope you enjoy our conversations. And as you listen, if you find yourself silently saying, that don't sound right, send us a comment. You're one of us.
It's going to blow your head. In fact, we need to put some kind of filter on the mic because
Really?
your head's going to explode on the air.
The Cracker Barrel comment was... Hey, Peter.
Hey, Cecil. Hey, it's good to see you. It's good to be back.
Did you have a good Easter?
Oh, it was great. It was really good. We stayed at home, did the ham, yams with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great to be together. But, it's here. We're getting towards the end of the month here. I wonder how our listenership is going.
The numbers, you mean?
Yeah. We're shooting for a target of
that's
200, right?
Yeah,
200 by the end of April.
The last time I checked, we're getting up there on 2 episodes. We're not to 100 yet.
Okay.
I mean, not to 200.
200. Okay.
Yeah. We've gotten where we can get to 100 or in striking distance pretty regularly now.
Did you travel any for Easter?
I did not. I traveled before Easter.
Okay.
Went up to D.C.
Where do you like to stop? Like on a long trip, are there any places you really like to stop? Getting back to our food our food series here.
I've actually got something about food for a future episode.
Oh, okay.
Since you've revealed that you like your food really hot, I've got something.
Excellent.
Actually, we don't stop.
Do you not?
We stop, but Christy, my wife, she prepares food. Like, she brings food with us. So my kids have grown up. If we go to a fast food restaurant, we're like behind the fast food restaurant eating the sandwiches.
Oh, no. Where you can smell the waffle fries in the background.
Right, you smell it in the background. So,
that sounds a bit torturous.
Yeah, okay. But so usually we picnic on the way, and then sometimes we'll stop at a fast food restaurant on the way back.
Yeah, that's kind of how we do it too. We pack a lunch on the way and eat on the way back,
which has really been pretty neat. We've stopped at some really neat parks over the years, and one of
the things that we often have to do is we have to stop twice because we're usually driving to a 12-hour road trip.
Yeah. You've got a further trip than I do.
Adding when you stop for dinner, it adds an enormous amount of time to the trip.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like it would.
No, especially if it's at a Cracker Barrel.
Let me tell you something.
That'll add days.
Yes, that's right. But let me tell you something about. It's funny that you had mentioned Cracker Barrel.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Now, we haven't rehearsed this. Just let me.
Wait, why did you just mention Cracker Barrel? Because what I'm about to tell you, what I'm about to drop on you about Cracker Barrel, it's going to blow your head. In fact, we need to put some kind of filter on the mic because your head's going to explode on the air.
The Cracker Barrel comment was completely spontaneous. I don't know what you're getting ready to say.
I am about to tell you that Cracker Barrel now serves alcohol.
Really?
Yes.
At all of them?
Not all of them, but it is a thing now that they sell alcohol at the Cracker Barrel.
Seriously?
Can you pick your head up off your shoulders? Did I just knock it off?
That's hard to. That don't sound right.
That's what I wanted to hear. Yes.
That really doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I mean,
you know how bad I want to Google that at this moment?
I'm not letting you.
I know.
Don't do it.
It'll destroy the whole premise of the show.
Go to Cracker Barrel.
And order a beer.
So they serve wine.
What
they
would
serve
you eat at Cracker Barrel that would go well with alcohol?
Well, let me tell you, I've got a pairing list that I've come up with.
A Cracker Barrel. A Cracker Barrel.
Let me tell you, first they sell beer, okay? They sell wine,
right,
and they have one mixed drink. And you want to guess what that is?
It's got to be some kind of apple cider.
You want to? No.
Really?
A mixed drink.
Right. But I'm just saying it's got to be some kind of like an apple teeny or a.
What do they serve all day?
Breakfast.
And what goes with breakfast?
Syrup. Is it some kind of syrup?
Mimosa.
That makes sense. Now they make a mimosa. That
you have with your pancakes and bacon. That's your first pairing.
I can see that pairing.
Okay.
That's the only mixed drink is the mimosa.
That's the only one. Now, can I interest you in a chicken pot pie, Mr. Davis?
Yes.
And may I recommend a Bud Light?
See, that doesn't pair in my head. Of course, I wouldn't drink a Bud Light.
Why? Well, why not?
Because for a little bit of beer I drink, I tend to be a beer snob.
Oh well, then you'll probably turn your nose up to this pairing, the free biscuits and PBR.
I could see that.
Can you see that?
I can see that.
I just ate dinner.
I can see the PBR.
I just ate dinner, and just talking about this, I'm ready to get in my car and drive and go get a pot pie and a Bud Light.
And a Bud Light.
It's that for some reason that
goes together for you?
It sounds delicious.
I can't think it, except for what we've mentioned, I can't think of anything on their menu to me that would pair. Like, especially with wine.
Oh, come on.
A fried catfish dinner and a nice...
No. Cabernet Sauvignon and a country fried steak? Come on. Put the two together in your brain. It's there. It is there.
I can only put sweet tea with all their stuff.
Oh, man. I'm getting hungry again.
No, maybe if they had like a hard sweet tea.
Don't forget your Chardonnay and chicken and dumplings combination.
Right.
I think you can.
Maybe if I think about this more.
Well, all that is to say is your next road trip, where you stop.
So we've come to our words of wisdom segment here. And Peter, I think you've got the words of wisdom for this week, right?
I do. And it's more of a definition.
Oh, really?
You know, we were talking about wisdom. Well, what is wisdom?
Right.
And then there's also knowledge.
Yes.
And the question is, what's the difference between wisdom and knowledge?
I know the biblical definition.
Well, let's do this definition.
What's this definition?
Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. But wisdom is knowing you don't put a tomato in a fruit salad.
That's good stuff.
Where you stop changes everything. If you have an 8-hour road trip,
maybe if they have like a muscadine wine and apple pie.
Well, they do sell sparkling wine, right?
All right.
That goes well with the hash brown casserole.
I'm doing like hard ciders or anything.
But you know, they really could expand on this, right? I mean, right now you've got this country store.
Yeah.
You've got a big porch out front with rocking chairs.
Right.
They really should minimize the size of the country store and really just turn that into a saloon.
A big bar.
I think so. I mean, it's got the decor, it's got the feel. You're in a country store, you're in a country restaurant, you go to a saloon. The last time you were at Cracker Barrel, how long did you have to wait?
Oh, it's like a several hour.
Can you imagine just sitting on that rocking chair while the kids are playing checkers right on the big carpet?
Are you a ignoramus pin game, the golf pin game, right?
And you're just sipping on your mimosa, waiting for your pancake and bacon dinner.
Maybe that's why they did it, is because they were losing people to the wait, so they decided, hey, maybe we just need to.
Well, I mean, if anything, restaurants make an enormous amount of money on alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, they make an enormous amount, and they've got a captive audience for at least an hour.
At least an hour.
In fact, you get your drinking out of the way. You eat.
Right.
And you're ready to get back on the road because it's been hours since you last had a drink.
Right. Have you ever bought anything at a Cracker Barrel?
Yes, I like to buy the candy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like getting that candy. Some of that.
Have you bought anything non-food related, like an item from the country store?
You know, I feel like I've done this.
What?
I feel like I've done the whole tape rental thing.
Tape rental.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Over in the corner.
Over in the corner.
Yeah.
In the days of cassette tapes in your cars,
right?
You could actually, I think you could buy. You have to buy it, but it was a book on tape, and then you would go to the next Cracker Barrel country store.
I never did
and
that.
you could trade it in.
Yep.
And get a different one.
Yep.
And you just have this perpetual
so you think you
library.
Did that?
I feel like I bought one and I never returned it.
But you've never bought like one of the toys over there or a whirly gig.
I don't think I have, because I just spent a lot of money eating out.
Yeah, a log that's been sawn to look like Santa Claus or something like that.
I'm not about to buy more things for my house.
For the Cracker Barrel.
I take it you have.
No, I was just trying to think. I mean, I've perused everything over there for hours because of the wait.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever purchased anything from over there.
I think they would make more money trying to sell things at the saloon than they would trying to sell hand-carved Santa Clauses out of pine cones.
Right. I wonder if that fits their brand, though, the alcohol.
Well, they might be shifting it a little.
Shifting the brand.
They might be shifting it a
because,
little.
It's the whole kind of wholesome Cracker Barrel.
But seriously, when was the last time you've been to a Cracker Barrel?
I quit going to Cracker Barrel because of the wait.
Well, there you go. That's maybe they're trying to get you back.
Like
while you wait.
Yeah, I mean, because, have you ever seen a Cracker Barrel where you didn't have to wait?
No, I've never walked right in and sat down.
No, ever. I mean, they're packed.
All the time.
And if it's 11:30, if it's anywhere from 11 o'clock on Sunday to 1 or 2, I mean, like I don't even drive by them on Sunday because they're just jam packed.
They don't serve it. They don't start serving until noon.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm talking about the alcohol. They don't start serving the alcohol until noon, which kind of busts up the mimosa brunch.
Right, because they'll start serving early.
We can
for
push
the
it.
breakfast.
We can have a mimosa at noon with our brunch.
Wow, I had not heard that.
I mean, in a way, it's good news because it's revived. I mean, when you think, for me, it's revived the brand.
Right.
I'll go back now.
Really?
I mean, I just told you, I'll go back right now.
For the PBR and the pot pie?
I'll get Bud Light and a pot pie right now. What time is it? We could probably go get biscuits and a PBR right now.
What time do they close?
I'm sure it's got to be. Well, I want to say it's got to be late, but
I feel like
considering
now that they're serving
some of the
alcohol.
clientele, it's probably not late.
Right. Wow. Well, I've learned something tonight.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty good news.
Yeah. I want to go just to see it now.
Well, we've talked about doing a live recording.
Yes.
And we don't even have to do it live. We could just do it an on-site recording.
Yes.
So I don't know if there's any Cracker Barrel executives that would like to, let us record at your location. Just let us know. We'll make the road trip. We're not opposed to road trips.
Well, there's one near us.
There's a couple near us. A couple towns over. I mean, there's a string of interstates all around us.
Cracker Barrel and alcohol. There's just something almost that seems like a dangerous mix there.
It does. It would make me sleepy.
Well, no, I'm not talking about like the driving part, but I'm talking about just if you've been having to wait and then somebody's had maybe been overserved.
Oh yeah, right. There could be an incident.
There could be trouble at the country store, at the Old Time Saloon. Oh man, man, thank you for telling me. I've learned something. That was kind of a bombshell.
Well, when I was coming up, I told your wife. I asked her. It's like, do you think he knows about this?
I had no idea.
She didn't know. And it is amazing though that you mentioned Cracker Barrel.
Segued into Cracker Barrel.
I mean, my head just about exploded. Why did he just say Cracker Barrel? Does he know what I'm going to say?
Man, maybe we're getting in tune on this whole podcast thing.
Oh well, we'll see. We'll see. What's most important, though, is that our listeners are enjoying themselves. Maybe can go explore something, try something new.
Right.
Try some sparkling wine with a hash brown casserole at your own house.
I'm telling you, man, I can only think of sweet tea with their stuff.
Well, they're changing the brand.
I know. I mean, that's the only thing. Of course, I have a little bit of an addiction to sweet tea.
Now, I
drink
wonder,
a lot of sweet tea.
How far north does Cracker Barrel go? Because sweet tea doesn't go up north.
I had so I was up north before Easter.
Yeah.
And I stopped at a really interesting restaurant. And it was called Foods of the World.
Okay.
And so we're We're pretty far. We're Charlottesville north at this point. So we're still in Virginia.
Yeah, I think there's still sweet tea up there.
Well, they had tea at this place, and they had it labeled sweet tea, but it was mildly sweet. They had shown it the sugar packet.
It was lowercase sweet tea.
It was lowercase sweet tea. But I think once you get much past there, because I had tea up in D.C. And it wasn't sweet.
Yeah, I know.
It was great. It was jasmine tea. It was fantastic. But
I know you definitely get north of the Mason-Dixon line, which is Maryland, Pennsylvania border. You're not going to get. You're going to get looked at sideways.
I could not get sweet tea when we were in Boston.
Yeah, no question about that.
Yeah, I could not.
Don't doubt that
tea.
for a second.
Yeah. But I don't know where the break was. I think I'm going to guess and say it's right around Charlottesville because the sugar content started going down about the time we reached there. But that little restaurant was really good.
All right, I'll have to put it on my list.
Yeah, it was part of a deli.
All right.
And they had this little restaurant called the Foods of the World.
Fantastic.
Well, it don't sound right, but you have come to the end of another episode of That Don't Sound Right.
Well, here we go. Hey, well, thanks again for listening, everyone. Be sure to leave us a comment or give us a kind rating. And depending on how you feel about our podcast, tell your friend or your enemy. It'll help us get our word out, get our show out, help others to find us. We also have an Instagram account where we're posting all kinds of pictures. I think next week we're going to try to do a listener mailbag.
Yes.
And I think we'll have we've had some really interesting mail.
We've had some good mail.
I mean, we've had mail about trains.
Yes.
We've had mail about another doodle bug, if that's possible, but it is. We had
mail about a roller coaster that'll kill you.
Yes. So we're going to do a mailbag next week. It should be a lot of fun. We'll be posting some of the pictures on our Instagram account. Of course, shoot us an email at tdsrpodcast@gmail.com. Any comments, questions that you might have, we'd love to hear from you. It's part of our mailbag. You're part of our show.
That's right. So keep talking.
And stay curious.